Okay, all right. We're here. We're live. Greetings, everyone. This is TAIFA World Ministry of Education. Assalamu alaikum to the Moorish community, Oseo to the tribal community, and greetings to everyone else. I'm the spokesperson for the TAIFA World Ministry of Education, and I get these goodies I got to share with y'all to make you a better person. Well, let's say it like this: to educate you so that you know more, you can make better decisions in your life, specifically how to spend your time. I spoke recently about this obsession America has with criminality, catching the criminal. That's 90% of the movies you're watching these days. There's always a criminal involved. I say, what? So I have these conversations with myself. The best part of me, yeah, that's not my wife. That's the best part of me. And so I say, well, let's look at this criminal thing. Let's go deep. Most things go on the surface. We have to agree on a certain propositions. We have to agree. One, America was established by criminals. The people who came here were not the good guys. The people who set this up were not good guys. Come on now, do your research. You gotta stay with me now. The people who was kicked out of Europe. Yes, I'm talking about melanated people and I'm talking about non-melanated people. It's because you didn't want them. They say you're garbage. Leave us. So the melanated people got this plan of how to get the non-melanated people and enslave some other melanated people for them to do the work and build this great country. So with all this crime taking place, there's need for more and more law enforcement. What is law enforcement? Why do people go into law enforcement? Crime, dealing with crime, you got all these agencies. Most of the government is agencies that deal with crime. Because that's the hiding place of the criminals. It's so clear to me that the people who fighting crime know who the criminals are. So they're chasing the people who don't have a history of crime. They're chasing the people who are easily criminalized because they can do it. And at the same time, they are hiding behind an institution. Well, I did not say hiding behind a badge. Who said that? I heard you. Of course, there is some truth to that. When you see that more and more law officials are committing crimes or they're being caught committing crimes. So that goes to the thesis that most of the people who are employees of these criminal institutions catching the criminal are criminals themselves that support that thesis. Hey, how's it going, MJ's son? Okay, what's MJ? Michael Jackson? Michael Jordan? Hmm. He said guess. So that's the main point I want to share with y'all. You have to be obsessed with criminals. You have to be one to be obsessed with catching them. So if your job is to catch the criminals, just guess what? You escape being persecuted because you're one of the good guys. You're catching the criminals. How could you possibly be a criminal if you're catching the criminals? Well, it's been revealed the people who say they're catching the criminals have been proved to be liars. Iran culture has proved to you that America is the biggest importer of drugs. Yeah, they were selling the drug money for arms. But people just gloss over that. Like the people in the hood had resources to import drugs from overseas, even from Mexico. Where did we get those connections from? So you see, this was a whole criminal operation to criminalize a whole people. That's what they call the war on drugs, because we're going to bring drugs in your community. Let that be the only avenue for you to make some spell change. And then we're going to criminalize you for doing it. So anyone who being locked up for drugs, they're not the criminals. The criminals are the one who brought the drugs in or knew it was brought in, sat there and let it happen, and then arrested the people who had the drugs and the whole system that put them in prison. Those are the criminals. The man is just trying to make some money, and you criminalize that from an enterprise that you started. That's just one example. Hey. Lily, you get to be a regular fan, I guess. I want to talk to you if you want to talk to me. I'm not just here talking to myself. I want to talk to people. You can't see me, I can't see you. We got a black screen for the black people who identify themselves as black to show you what they represent. Nothing. You're not black. You're not brown. You're not white. Your ancestors come from a country, a place, a culture, a history, and you call them by colors, that's grossly disrespecting your family. So stop calling yourself by colors. You're robbed of your knowledge. That was a that was a whole that was a whole plan to make you a people who didn't know who you are, so the whole world could live off of you, to enslave you. Because the people who don't know who they are, they have no community. They have nothing set up for themselves. Or if they had it, they gave it away or disbanded it because they believed somebody else had more interest for them than they self. Nobody has more interest in your community than you do. And you fell for that lie. You filed for some land. I got to say you in Florida. Oh no, the land flooded out. Sorry. I want you to know that if you're living on the coastal areas, you need to move inland because you're gonna get a record number of hurricanes beating those coastlines from California, New York, Florida, Texas. You need to move inland. Parts of this country are gonna be washed away. I've been telling my acquaintance family because I don't really know them that well, but we're acquainted. I'm gonna tell them to get out of California when they had the fires. He said, "Oh, it's not near us." Well, if it's in your state, it's near you. Get out. They say no. Did y'all see the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still? I think that's the name of it. No, that's not it. The Day After Tomorrow. Did y'all see that movie, The Day After Tomorrow, when the how things were freezing up very quickly? That is real. That's what happened in a polar shift. A lot of research I've been into shows you that is what's happening. It's happening more and more. We're overdue for a polar shift. A few hundred years, we're overdue for one. So if you're around water, it's not a good idea because a lot of air is going to be flooded out. But let's get back on these criminals. I love talking about criminals. How the projection is done. You know, when you, whatever you are into, you usually project it to someone else. Uh, Orange Man, Howard, or Donald, he's not going to win, y'all. I don't know what y'all talking about. He's already lost by design. So you think these people is going to let him win when they can determine who wins or who loses? They got the power. Yeah. So it's just a con, a show, because he's playing a part too. Everybody's got a role to play in this play. Okay, y'all getting bored with me. I'm gonna let you go. Hiya, hiya to the tribe. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings to everyone else.